Hello, guys. It's Jonathan from Jonathan's Wellness Lab. I'm going to talk about the shadow self. What is the shadow self? And it's a topic that I've been studying, and it's something that I want to share the intro, kind of the basics of it. So let's get into it. So the shadow self was coined by the legendary Carl Jung. Am I saying that right? Carl Jung. So Carl Jung believed that there's different parts of ourselves that's running the show. So we have our conscious mind that we go about our daily lives and interact with our world and our thinking. But then we have a more subconscious layer of our mind. Let me figure out an example. So have you ever had a situation where you get angry at somebody, or something bothers you, or you're having a good day, you're happy, and then something triggers you and you don't even know why? Well, that's the shadow self. It's the part of our psyche that we hide away and stow away because we don't want to have to deal with the pain of it. But when we don't deal with it, the pain of it, it'll manifest itself in different ways and often in a very unconscious way. And it can cause us to become angry in certain situations, and we don't, or sad with certain situations, or a certain memory or thought or whatever triggers a feeling of misery, but it's hard to pinpoint exactly what it is. So the purpose, that is a shadow self, is a unconscious part of ourselves that we hide away. Now, what is shadow work? So shadow work is, so I talked about how the shadow self is the hidden part of ourselves that causes a lot of pain. Not always, but and not all of the shadow self is bad. For example, impulsiveness is a shadow self trait, but impulsiveness isn't always bad. Maybe, being impulsive, you have an impulse with giving to somebody with an act of kindness, or you're impulsive with taking action with something, and you just have the impulse to do it. You don't think about it, you just do it. So sometimes what we think is a bad trait could actually be a good thing. So there is good and bad in the shadow self. But so how do you uncover the shadow self? Back to shadow work. Sorry, I kind of get off in a tangent there. So the best way, or the best way that I'm aware of to uncover the shadow self, is to use shadow work prompts. And I have 100 plus shadow work prompts in a blog post. If you're interested, it's going to be in the description of this video. Questions are really good because I learned about like using questions from Tony Robbins, and you can use questions to elicit certain emotions. You can ask yourself what you're grateful for, and you automatically start to think about what you're grateful for, or you ask yourself what you're excited about. So questions are a good way if you're having a hard time accessing a certain emotion or certain parts of your psyche. Questions are a way to bring what's deep down up to the surface. Does that make sense? So with shadow work prompts, you could ask yourself, you could ask yourself, uh, I had some shadow work prompts here that I jotted down. Let me go to them. An example is, what things or situations make me tense? Or how would my closest friends describe me? What's a question about myself that almost nobody knows? What's great about shadow work is that you're getting to know you at a very deep level, because I think there's a lot of us, I've been here as well, is that we don't know ourselves well enough. We just think we know ourselves. We may not understand. We could be complete strangers to ourselves. Maybe we don't understand like what our deepest desires are, or maybe we don't know what we want most out of life, or maybe we don't know like where certain pain comes from, certain negative feelings that they're there, but we don't know exactly why they're there. We maybe we have a hunch, but we don't know exactly. Shadow work questions are great because it's almost like you're getting to know yourself. It's almost like you're becoming better friends with yourself, and you're developing a closer relationship with yourself. And another thing too, and by the way, shadow work does not replace therapy. I recommend a mental health professional if you struggle with any mental health issues. With that said, the shadow work can absolutely complement therapy. So, if you've ever been to a therapist before, let's say you're dealing with depression or anxiety and you go to a therapist and they ask you, like, um, they'll ask you questions like, what have you been struggling with lately? You might say, oh, I've been dealing with some anxiety lately, or I've been dealing with some depression lately, or I've been stressed out lately. And they might ask you maybe like, what do you think caused that? Or um, what is the source of your stress? You know, they're asking you the question similar to maybe shadow work, but you may get stumped. You may have a hard time like coming up with an answer, and maybe you're like, man, I'm really not sure why I've been down or whatever. But when you use shadow work, you can pinpoint, okay, oh yeah, this memory is what causes this feeling, this resentment, this feeling of pain. And you can start to another benefit of shadow work is that you can organize your thinking, your thoughts. So if your therapist asks you, um, like why do you think you have a hard time, getting into a relationship with a man or a woman? Well, then you can give a more definite answer. Your thinking will be more organized, and the more thinking that you can have organized, the easier it could be to solve the problem. It's just like a garage. Like if you have a garage representation for your mind, you have a garage and like everything's cluttered up and the brooms and boxes and dustpans and like like everything's all cluttered up. And if you try to find something specifically, it's a whole big pile of a garage and you spend forever trying to find something. But if you have like totes and you have boxes and everything's just well organized and you have labels on everything, you're like, oh, where's my I don't know, antique sunglasses? Oh, I know it's at the corner over here in this box, and you see the label. The same works with shadow work, is that you can organize your thinking that much better. So it's really incredible. And I've noticed personally that the more that I ask myself, I just really contemplate and really think and get out in nature. And that's a good place to ask these questions is go to a park, go to somewhere quiet. You don't want to be around a bunch of people or in an environment that stresses you out. You want to be somewhere relaxed. And the more relaxed that you are and calm down, the more that your mind will give you the answers that you need. So yeah, how to get started with shadow work? You can ask. I recommend journaling. It's the most common thing right now in the 2000s has been shadow work journaling. I think maybe with Carl Jung it was in a more maybe therapist session, but yeah, journaling. Get you a shadow work journal, and yeah, that's it. Let me see if there's anything else that I want to say about the shadow self. That's pretty much it. Okay, wrapping things up. So the shadow self, if you're trying to heal, you're dealing with some mental health issues, and shadow work is a really good way to organize your thoughts. By the way, um, I recommend that you do shadow work with a therapist because it can be a very painful process. Because with shadow work, you're going back to painful memories, you're going back to painful feelings. And you might think, oh, I don't want to have to deal with the pain. Well, guess what? It's just like when there's a bubble and you press your finger into the bubble, then the bubble pops. And the same thing with our negative emotions. When we stop running away from them and we stop resisting them and we dive to the core of the emotion, which shadow work helps with that, then it can become possible for it to dissolve. So, anyway, I hope this makes sense. If you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate it if you take that finger and smash that like button. Just don't break your phone. And if you want more videos about shadow work, and here at Jonathan's Wellness Lab, I talk about various ways for emotional, physical, and mental well-being, and sharing my journey towards improving various aspects of my life and my health. And yeah, leave a comment below to let me know what you think. And any thoughts that you have about shadow work. That's it, guys. Thank you. I'll see you the next